Hello everyone, you are all welcome to lecture number 698, and today's topic is the enzyme pepsin, its health benefit. And the pepsin enzyme is actually produced in the stomach of vertebrate animals, and we human beings are vertebrate. Vertebrate means those animals which are having bone in their body, and this pepsin actually it is produced by gastric juice, the gland, and that is peptogen, and in presence of hydrochloric acid reaction, it is hydrolyzed in the form of enzyme that is called pepsin. And pepsin is also known as peptidase and peptidase, protease, because pepsin is a very important enzyme to catalyze or to hydrolyze or to break down the complex protein molecule into di or tripeptides, the very simplest one. And the discovery of pepsin goes to 1836, and only in 1836 this was discovered in the form of animal enzyme, and it was the first enzyme of animal origin was discovered. And the name pepsin is derived from Hippocrates' write-up in writing. In their digestion they mention pepsis, and from that pepsis it is known as pepsin. And the history again goes like that in 1930 Professor John H. he was successful to synthesize pepsin enzyme in the lab, and for this work he was awarded a Nobel Prize. And today pepsin is having lot of medicinal importance and health benefit. As we know that pepsin is the enzyme which is responsible of breaking down our protein, so protein can be digested. And now the pepsin is the indicator of our stomach whether we are having some disease or not. If there is production of less pepsin in our stomach is a big question mark. It means that we are not going well, either the gastric juice is not producing enough enzyme, or what enzyme is produced is having the problem with some different type of diseases, because once we are diseased, the quantity and quality of the pepsin in our stomach will be disturbed. And especially once we are having typhoid or cancer or Alzheimer's or diabetes, there will be indication of disbalance of pepsin in our stomach. And this pepsin nowadays is also known as a digestive enzyme to digest the protein, and it is widely used in acid reflux, in gastrointestinal problem, in indigestion, especially the protein molecules. And also it is used for pregnant women, those who are having sensation of vomiting, and once pepsin is given, it will suppress the vomiting sensation. Also it is widely used in diarrhea, especially in children and infant, because the children and infant are very sensitive to food pieces, and once the food is in pieces and they are not feeling comfortable, immediately they will vomit. So this pepsin is very effective in treating the diarrhea for children as well as the vomiting. And nowadays we can prepare pepsin by cutting the small pieces of the stomach, minces it, and then we can hydrolyze it, and after the hydrolysis we just put on glass plate and let it be dried. and that dried material is your pepsin. And pepsin also plays very important role to the people who are suffering from cancer and they are not able to eat. So in that circumstances, it is pepsin, digestive enzyme is given so that at least it will activate and they will be in position to eat some of the foods. So it is also widely used in those patients who are suffering from cancer. So today the medicinal chemistry is very advanced, and that pepsin, what we discovered some 60-70 years ago, now it is found in 4 type of enzymes. Pepsin, that is pepsin A, that is the major part. Then pepsin B, C and D, they are in minor quantity. Major is pepsin A, and as I have already told you that they are produced in our stomach and it is used to break down the complex protein molecule. So the health benefits of digestive enzyme pepsin. Number 1, pepsin is the enzyme of gastric juice, and that gastric juice is produced in our stomach of the vertebrate animals. I have already told you all these things. It is produced in the stomach mucosa. Pepsin consists of major pepsin components like pepsin A, that is major part, and pepsin B, C and D, they are minor. The pepsin is released by the cells of stomach in the form of, that is called pepsinogen, and that pepsinogen is acted by hydrochloric acid, which is produced in our stomach also. And this pepsinogen, nitrogenous compound, is converted into pepsin enzyme only in presence of acidic medium, that is hydrochloric acid. If there is no acidic medium, there is no question of getting the pepsin in our stomach. And after the reaction changes into pepsin in acidic medium, this enzyme is suitable for digesting the protein. Number 2, history. It is very important to know the history of pepsin. That I have already told you how the scientists, they got the Nobel Prize in discovery and synthesis of pepsin enzyme. So the history goes like this. Pepsin was the first vertebrate animal enzyme isolated. Actually, this pepsin is animal enzyme, and diastase, which is responsible of breaking down the carbohydrate and starch into sugar, that is produced there in plants, and that was isolated in 1833, and this one was discovered in 1836, and the name pepsin was given by the scientist Theodore Ishon, and these scientists, they gave the name pepsin in the year 1836, and it came from the word pepsis. Actually, it is derived from the word pepsis, the pepsin, and the pepsis, they got it, this term used for digestion in the Hippocratic writing. So they used this term in Hippocratic writing, and from there this word is picked, and now it is known as pepsin. In the mid of 19th century, scientists showed that pepsin broke down proteins into peptones. So it was in mid 19th century they found that this is a very effective enzyme, and it can break down the complex protein into peptones, and that's why they started showing lot of interest to purify it. And then pepsin was found to be effective in treatment of digestive disorders, and this led to the purifying of the pepsin. Then in 1930, John Northrop. So in 1930, John Northrop, he was successful to synthesize the pepsin in crystalline form, and for that work he was awarded Nobel Prize because he was successful to synthesize in the lab. And synthesized. Pepsin is in the form of enzyme, and for this work he was awarded Nobel Prize. Then pepsin A, B, C and D were isolated by Ryle and Porter. So Ryle and Porter, they discovered that it is not the only pepsin, but pepsin is having 4 components in it. The major is pepsin A, and other minor ones are B, C and D. Then in the 1995 with X-ray diffraction technique. Then in 1975 the 3-dimensional structure of pepsin was established. Number 3. Recently, the interest in pepsin type of enzyme have been renewed due to the recognition that HIV, HIV virus, which is responsible for AIDS disease, acquired immune deficiency syndrome, and what type of enzyme that virus is having, and that is called HIV protease, and that HIV protease member of enzyme is similar to this of pepsin. So that's why a lot of research is going on, and today is 5th of October 2020, and today they announced the Nobel Prize of 2020 in medicine, and that is the work on virus, that is hepatitis C virus, and that hepatitis C virus is so dangerous that it will damage your liver, it will cause liver cirrhosis, and slowly it will be converted into liver cancer. So they have discovered this virus, and now there is medication. So because of this breakthrough work of the scientists in America, they are awarded the Nobel Prize in Medicine today for this work in medicine. So now it has been renewed due to recognition of this. Now there are 4 pepsins, what I have already told you. One is called, that is pepsin A, and that is your pepsin A, and the second one is, that is pepsin B, that is parapepsin 1. The third one is pepsin C, that is called gastricin, and the fourth one is pepsin D, that is actually unprophetic form of pepsin A, that is called pepsin D. So as we know, pepsin is monomeric beta protein, and this pepsin can only work in acidic medium once pH is from 4 to 5, and once pH has gone more than 7, it will be denatured, it will be inactivated, and it will be irreversible. It will not work. So for pepsin enzyme to work in our stomach, that's why acidic medium is very important. Otherwise, it will not work. So number 4, the pepsin is a monomeric beta protein with a high percentage of acidic residue. It contains high percentage of acidic residue, and it is 42 in number. Those acidic residues are 42 in number, and it is active at pH 1 to 5. pH 1 to 5 means it is acidic. pH 1 is very acidic, highly acidic, and pH 5 is little bit less. And above pH 7 is neutral, and once pH 8 or 9 is there, it is alkaline. and once it is above 7, your pepsin will not work, and it is denatured, inactive, and irreversible. You cannot get it back again, that pepsin. Number 5, I have given very simple method of preparation of pepsin. The simple and common method is to prepare pepsin is digesting it with concentrated hydrochloric acid, and then this clear solution is evaporating, and after the evaporation of the water, then the concentrate is dialyzed. After dialyzing it, put on glass plate, and then it will become dry and you can collect it. That is the simplest method of preparation of pepsin from animal stomach lining. Number 6, pepsin therapy. Pepsin therapy means how pepsin is used in our health system or for medicinal purpose. Pepsin is indicated in our stomach. Once there is deficiency or any disbalance of pepsin in your stomach, is a very serious issue. It means you are diseased, either you are having typhoid fever, you are diabetic, you have cancer, or so many other factors are responsible. So first indicator of your diseased body is the deficiency of pepsin enzyme in our stomach. And the amount of pepsin secreted by gastric glands, and it shows that if the pepsin enzyme is less or deficient in our stomach, means why gastric glands are not working properly, and it varies depending upon the type of disease like diabetes, cancer, typhoid fever, heart disease. Pepsin is one of the remedies which has been used with success in the ometic during pregnancy. So sometimes the women during pregnancy they have sensation of vomiting, and nowadays pepsin is widely used to suppress that sensation. And number 7, the use of pepsin gives beneficial result in the treatment of anemia, chlorosis, and atrophy. Atrophy means the size of the cells are reduced, that is called atrophy. And in chronic ulcer of the stomach and in cancer, pepsin can facilitate digestion of the patient. So for such type of patients who are suffering from all the disease, and once pepsin is given, it will facilitate the digestion and you will feel of eating. And number 8, a great success has been attained in the treatment of diarrhea in infant and children by pepsin. Every motion contains half digested food. Actually, once we are having diarrhea, it means our food is not properly digested and half digested motion is there. That is our diarrhea. And in the treatment of diarrhea, that is in infant children, every motion contains half digested food. Soon after taking milk or other food, the child becomes uneasy. It is noticed very common. If the infant you are giving milk or to a small child some food, just after some time he may vomit quickly, because after getting that piece of food or milk, he may not feel easy, and once he is not feeling easy or comfortable, he will immediately vomit. So in that condition, it plays very important role, pepsin. When pepsin is given, it will suppress that sensation of vomiting by the children or other food to child, becomes uneasy and discharge take place, and frequently undigested food is omitted as well, so that we can stop. So with this I will stop. Thank you very much for watching the lecture.